Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about a month down the line from the previous episode, and are we still top of the league with Sunderland? Yes, we are. In fact, I think we're even more top of the league than we were last time. As you can see now, we are on 38 points with Sunderland. QPR in second place on an equal amount of games have only got 63 points. We're going to try and continue our good form today with our next two matches. We have got West Brom in the FA Cup at fifth round. We can have a look. West Brom, we can see, are currently fifth. We have beat them fairly recently. Back in January was our last match against them. So about a month ago, we beat them pretty comfortably 3-0. And then we are going to have a match against Middlesbrough in the league as well, our local rivals, who are currently sixth. So two very, very difficult games for us today. We are just going to jump straight into it today and get a feel of how we're going to do against this West Brom side. This is a team we're going to be using to try and beat them today. We've got Peterson in goal. We've got a back four of Rek, Smith, Cittadini and Sakete. In the base of midfield, you then got Hakan. He's behind Vangelis and Sukti in midfield. Over on the left, we are starting with Anasi Univar and then Hansen on the right with Vargas remaining up front. Our star striker, who has now got 20 goals for the club this season, which is absolutely fantastic. I think we have a look, that's 19 of those in the league in 24 appearances, and yet somehow he's only got a 6.99 rating, which I don't entirely understand how the ratings are working on that one, but we're just going to ignore it. We can see as well, we have got some players resting. The likes of Daniel Ballard is fit, kind of, but needs a rest at the moment, so he's staying out. Jack Clark still looking to leave the club, still wanting to leave the club. So we're just going with the team that we've been using most recently. And it's the one with the most potential as well, I think, to, again, grow into the Premier League competition that we seem to be heading towards. We seem to be looking like we're going to get to that Premier League this season. It looks like we're going to do, not only are we going to get there, but we're going to go up as champions. We're looking at our last 5 matches. We've won 4, we've drawn 1. In fact, I think our last loss was the Sheffield United game that you guys would have seen in the previous episode as well, which was less than ideal, but we've returned to good form pretty instantly. West Brom playing in yellow today, looking like finest prime Norwich here, and we are playing obviously at home in this tie, in our usual home strip of red and white. There we go. Words are difficult. Words are really, really difficult. Univar there bursting into the box, but then getting tackled. And now West Brom are just going to play out from the back. Apparently it comes to nothing. No, it was only a little bit of a highlight. Those weird ones that you get at the start of matches that more or less most of the time mean literally nothing. We've got one of those today. What we're looking for here then is early threatening from us. No, we're looking for an early threat from us, not an early threat from West Brom, which is what we've actually got there. I thought that smelt a little bit of offside there, but the referee hasn't looked at it. I don't think we have VAR at this level. I'm actually not sure. Is VAR a thing in the Championship? Either way, it's not offside, and West Brom go 1-0 up in this 5th round of the FA Cup. We need to sort that out pretty swiftly, really. Sakete here with a free kick on the right-hand side of the pitch. Just going to choose to pass that one inside to Cittadini, and now it is Vangelis. Really doesn't do a lot there, does he? That was very, very disappointing sort of end of that run. We have got a corner on the 17th minute. Univar now looking for Smith, I believe, at the far post. Doesn't quite find him, but Hakan putting this one back into the box, looking for Vargas this time, and once again it is cleared by a West Brom defender who are now launching a counter-attack of their own. Unless we can stop them, we can. Vangelis making a very important tackle there, then getting tackled himself, and it all really comes to nothing. Nasi Univar there again making a tackle. We've pumped that forward. It's gone back to West Brom and now back to us. It's very, very much ping pong, tennis ball, football here. Hakan over to Vangelis now, playing that one into Hansen, who I think his ID there was to kind of just put that one in front of Vargas. Didn't really come off. It was a bit of a disappointing attempt at anything, really, and we've somehow gone 2-0 down. This isn't very good, is it, boys and girls? We're not really a fan of this. I thought we were going to come here. I didn't think we'd come here and get an easy game, but I did think we'd probably come here and potentially win this one. And as it stands, less than 20 minutes in, being 2-0 down is a little bit concerning. We've only had the 2 shots. We've got most of the possession. We are going attacking, and we're just going to break the team 20 minutes in as well and tell them this is just absolutely embarrassing. Sakete here with a throw-in, looking for Vargas, plays that one into the box to Hansen, who does have a shot, but it is drawn wide and isn't going to threaten the West Brom goalkeeper at all. Really, no threat. Not even a little bit of a threat there. Not even a soupçon of a threat there from that shot from Hansen. And 30 minutes in, we are dominating this tie in terms of shots, in terms of possession, in terms of XG, in terms of shots on target. There's one major thing we're not dominating it in though, and that's the scoreline, which is kind of the most important one. I think we would agree. We're just going to, again, have a little bit of a go at the team there. We're going to encourage them as they go into it. We have a go at them in the dressing room, but in front of the fans and the media, we're just going to encourage them. Go on, boys. Once again, though, Estrada here for West Brom is through on goal. This time, Pedersen does get across to make a decent save and put it out for a corner. But we really don't look like, again, we don't look like a team that's top of the championship. And really, this season, pretty much dominating most of the opposition. We look like a team that's playing against higher league opposition, I would kind of argue, in the FA Cup here. West Brom, definitely not higher league opposition, not even close to it, as I mentioned. They are below us in the league. We did just beat them last month. Today, massively struggling against them. We do need to do something here and make some substitutions. Sakete's tired. Casanova's going to come on for him. I think that's the one obvious change, but then also Univar's going to come off. Jaden Anthony can come on for him, I think, and Adam Davies I think comes on for Hansen. I mean, Davies has been pretty good so far in his early appearances for the club on loan. Is it on loan from Manchester City? I think he's from. But he's looked pretty decent. So if he could just pop up here with a couple of goals, and Davies, the man I'm mentioning, is through here. He does have a shot, but it doesn't even draw a save from the goalkeeper. And it is, again, just a little bit of a wasted opportunity. We're wasting too many of them today. From 12 shots, I'd expect this Sunderland team to have a goal so far. And it doesn't. And it is very, very disconcerting, really. That one's been played in front of Vargas. And once again, I mean, Vargas has been burying those all season long, and he didn't even hit the target. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he hasn't hit the target. It's just not our day today. Hakan Harrison's going to come off. We bring on Magnus Kofod for him. Eric Reck can come off, and Liddington can come on, and then we probably make the substitution of Sukti coming off and Luke Simon coming on. Oh, we can't make any more. We've already made 5 games. It's a long way to count 5. It's quite hard to count that high, and realistically, we're not getting anything out of this match now, are we? We're getting very, very attacking for the last 5 to 7 minutes or so of this tie, but yeah, I mean, the game's gone. The game's gone. It's very annoying. It's very unfortunate. It would have been nice to have a little bit of a longer FA Cup run here. And realistically, when we've managed to draw West Brom, who we've beaten recently, we had the opportunity to go and get that longer run in the FA Cup. But unless we do the comeback of all comebacks here in the last couple of minutes, then it isn't going to happen on this occasion. It's going to be the end of our FA Cup run. It's a decent run. It's more than the board wanted. I just don't feel like it should have ended here. Of all the matches for it to end, I don't think the one against West Brom is where it should have ended. And if you have a look at the other teams around us, I mean, do we beat any of the other ones? Probably not. But maybe Southampton or Bournemouth we could have given a go. Leicester, maybe. We could have given a go. Sheffield United. I mean, we could have beaten them. It's unfortunate. Club vision wise, if we have a look at that, because I always like to check up when we get knocked out. We have passed it. They're happy we reached the 5th round. They're very, very happy with what we're doing this season. We have just recently got given a new contract as well. So if we go and have a look at that now, we are here until 2030. So they've extended it till next summer. It was meant to run out this summer. And now, if we could see our contract, there it is. We're on £14,000 a week, which before this, I think we're on about 6,000, 7,000 when we got here, something like that. So it's a vast improvement. The board are definitely happy with us. We're not happy with that match we've just had against West Brom, though. And now we need to go and face Middlesbrough, which is an equally important match because it's our rivals. It's happening on Tuesday, so in 3 days' time. Should probably go prepare for that one. Right, boys and girls, we need to go and do a much better job against Middlesbrough. Obviously, as well, the league, the only thing we're playing for right now, it should allow us to focus on this, and we really can't start dropping points here or it's all going to go very wrong. Our lineup for today against Middlesbrough then is Peterson in goal. Our back four is Lillington, Ballard, Brown and Casanova. In midfield it's Koffod behind Matete and Luke Simon. On the left we've brought in Anthony. On the right it is Davies, and up front it is Hansen. Having to do quite a bit of rotation given that match we've just played against West Brom, which is annoying because if we were going to lose it, we may as well have played the more rotated team there and then played the more first team here because the league is more important. It didn't turn out that way. We thought we'd be able to get a decent result against West Brom. That's how we were wrong. But we do need to go and do a job here against Middlesbrough. We are obviously away. We are getting yellow cards left, right and centre early on as well. Jay Matete has got a yellow. Davies also has a yellow. We're 20 minutes in. Daniel Ballard has now got a yellow. What is going on, guys? I know it's a local derby, but could we maybe not break anyone's legs? I think we do add that instruction of stay on feet. We haven't got get stuck in on. We've just, you know, got some instructions where we say tackle a little bit harder and press a bit more. But so far, no highlights in the first half. Also, basically no attacking threat from us, according to these statistics. I mean, that is absolutely awful. Let's just drop to balance for a minute and encourage the team again as we start this second half, and maybe we just gain a little bit of control in this match. Maybe even we get a highlight. We have got one. Casanova with a free kick into Ballard, who does get his head on the end of it, but not threatening the goalkeeper with that potential goal there. That would have been lovely just to get one off a set piece on the first highlight. I mean, we could have taken that. Instead of that, this is a very boring match. If this is all we're getting, we're putting another match on this episode just because of how short it currently is, given the complete lack of substitutions. I mean, we're in the 83rd minute. We've had one substitution. One highlight. Substitution-wise, though, we are going to make some. Adam Davies going to come off. Hayden Farmer can come on. I mean, we're just going to make a bunch here, I think. All at once, because we haven't really got long left in this game, but I didn't realise how far we were in just based on the fact that nothing was happening. Nothing has happened at all. David Moraria can come on there. Jane Anstey's tied to us. Univar can come on there. That's kind of everyone. Harvey White, I guess, comes on for Matete there. Do we get another highlight before the end of the match? Maybe. It's entirely possible, but wow, this has been an absolute snorefest. We've had one highlight in a match, just one. That was it. I mean, we've drawn there against Middlesbrough, but that was some kind of a boring match. We're 3 points clear at the top of the league still. It's a little bit of a drop, but we're okay with it at the moment. We're 6 unbeaten in the league. We are going to play another match because that was just so bad. The next one is against Blackpool. We haven't got that many games left. Blackpool comes up in just under a week's time, so we'll jump straight over to that one and actually see a match with some highlights. Okay, over to the match against Blackpool then. A lineup for this one: Peterson in goal, Rex Smith, Cittadini and Sakete as our back four, Hakan Arison as our defensive midfielder behind Vangelis and Sukti again, Nasi Univar, Davies on the wings and Vargas up front. Hot take as well, I really don't agree with my data analysts at this club. I don't know if this is an FM23 not bug thing, but kind of something it doesn't really completely get, or if my data analysts are just rubbish. But turning around and going, we are extremely shaky in defence, when it's not that long ago we went on a 10-match run without conceding one singular goal. I think saying we're shaky in defence, extremely shaky in defence, is probably a little bit of an exaggeration. I wouldn't say we're extremely shaky in defence. We do have a horrible habit of shipping goals at important moments. I mean, we've seen that in the last couple of matches. West Brom, we were just shipping goals. We saw it in the last episode as well, that match against Sheffield United where I think we lost 3-1. and we ship goals in important matches, but I wouldn't say we're shaky in defence, to be honest. Not when you go 10 matches without conceding. Rant over though, Vangelis is through here, but does just pull his shot over the top of the crossbar. We look a little bit more relatively in control against Blackpool. Blackpool down in 9th. We are still top at the moment. Vargas here has bags of space, doesn't do anything with it, and it is eventually cleared by a Blackpool defender for Smith to just hold on to for a second, take a look, see where he wants to play it. Suckty now playing this one into Davies. Davies playing today, and Davies scores his 3rd goal of the season. Hansen on the bench today. Davies starting ahead of him just because he has been better in most recent matches. As much as I want to play Hansen, and I kind of think it's important, definitely, to use your loan players as sparingly as you can afford to, because you want to prioritise your own players, and especially when they're players that can develop. But we'd also like to get back into some sort of form here and win some games. And if Davies is going to be scoring goals and giving assists, then we are absolutely going to be playing him. I'd love it as well, if we get promoted to the Premier League, to be handed a really nice boatload of cash where we can go and buy the players that have been important this season, like the Davies. Davies, getting him in the summer would be absolutely fantastic. I think he'd end up costing us about 20 million, maybe 30 million pound. I think the benefit of Davies potentially is he could become a homegrown at club for us, so it would kind of be a worthwhile investment. He is through again here into the box, has a shot. That one isn't troubling the goalkeeper, but you can kind of see why we'd want to go and spend some money on him. He is a player that's kind of hassling the opposition constantly. He's not necessarily of an age yet where he's doing it consistently and actually getting a good consistent end product. Vargas apparently has taken a knock indicating he wants to come off. Yeah, no, maybe we should do actually. Now I've had a look at him, let's bring on Magne Hansen instead of Vargas. I thought he was all right, and then he all of a sudden his stamina and his little heart just completely dropped. We're once again getting a lot of yellow cards here. I'm not a massive fan of it. I'm all for hassling the opposition and putting a boot in to regain possession quickly, but not if we're going to have players suspended constantly. That was a decent shot there. I think that was Davies again drawing a save from the goalkeeper. It has been pushed out for a corner, which is going to be taken by Nasi Univar, I believe, looking for the near post into Cittadini, who doesn't manage to beat off the Blackpool defender. And now Suckty is going to go all the way back to Pettersson as we look to launch another attack, just doing it rather slowly. Cittadini over to Sakete, back to Cittadini now. We're just playing around, a little bit of passing in our own half before we pick out a lovely ball like that over to Rek on the left-hand side. It's a cross into the box. Hansen is not going to get there, but the goalkeeper fumbles it and it falls to that man again, Adam Davies, for his 2nd of the match, his 4th of the season. I mean, I don't think he had a lot to do with it. This was a really good attempt at a cross and getting into the box by Rek, but realistically their goalkeeper should do a lot better with that one, or he should just leave it for a Blackpool defender to deal with. Instead though, it falls to our winger. We're 100% going to take that. We don't mind that at all. Adam Davies now looking pretty tired, but we are just going to leave him on because he's in such good form. If he can get a hat-trick, then we'll take him off. That'd be fine. Kofod is going to come on at the base of midfield over here. And I think we take Suckty off and bring on Luke Simon, as well, as they're both on yellow cards and fractionally tired. Into the 70th minute though, we've looked fully in control of this one. This is a much better game from us. Just consistency we're lacking at the moment, and when you look at the team, it's not that surprising we lack in consistency. We have got a lot of very young, inexperienced players with bags of potential, but at the moment not always the most consistent players just because of that age and lack of experience. There's very little downside to them. That's about the only downside that we have got. Globally, I think this is a much better way of us building our team. We haven't got bags and bags of money to be able to go and afford elite top tier expensive players, so we're having to build from the ground up, and I'd say it's working pretty well this season. But again, you are going to get those matches where it just doesn't work out for you. Luckily, that's not today, and Nasser Univar there drawing another save from their goalkeeper as we head into the last 10 minutes or so of this game. It does mean we remain top. It looks like QPR are potentially losing. They're not. They're drawing 0-0 with Peterborough right now, so we might manage to stretch our lead back to 5 points clear at the top of the table with this win today. Let's just have a quick look at that. I think we're 5 points clear again. We are back to being 5 points clear with 36 games played. I think we've got about 10 left. Is it 46 in this league or 42? I don't remember. 46 in this league. So we've got about 10 more to play. We could wrap this up in the next 5 or 6 games if our form continues like this and everyone else's continues to be a little bit patchy. We haven't got anyone, I don't think, in the top 5 or 6. We've got Leeds. Leeds are in 3rd, Preston in 5th. Those are kind of the important games. Maybe we come back for Leeds potentially at the end of this month, because that could be quite an important game. We'll kind of see where we are when we get to that point, if it's worth coming back for it or not, or if we wait closer to the end of the season. If you have enjoyed today's episode, though, and seeing us win yet another match and go top of the league, then please do drop a like down below, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.